Ah, Avery, you look beautiful. We all agree that it's really important that Avery gets into the complex movement clinic. If I'm going to continue batch cooking for Avery, then we definitely need a blender, or a better blender should I say, because that was far more hassle than it needed to be. I did it, guys. I got the Vitamix. Avery is 100% G-tube fed, and she is also on a real food blended diet. For her breakfast, she is having a blend of Weetabix, banana and peanut butter. Thank you. So nice kid. As you guys know, we are pretty much housebound unless something is in walking distance. Avery's been being sick quite often in the mornings recently. She did in fact have a UTI. She was pretty much still throwing up almost everything that we were giving her. She doesn't get much of a break between the patterns. Avery is quite poorly again. Things aren't okay. I'm not okay at the moment. It looked as though she was having a febrile convulsion. Getting Avery onto a blended diet, I was so excited about it. We just might have to stop, and I think that's sadder for me more than it is for Avery. So last night in the night, Avery's oxygen levels dropped down to levels that aren't considered normal. They're considered low, so we had to bring her to hospital. She tested RSV positive. I know most people must get to a point, or a few points as a matter of fact, in their lives where they just feel like they are being crushed by the pressure and the weight of just day-to-day life. Every little thing about Avery is important.
Just feel myself getting emotional because I know I never got to do those things.
It is the one day a year where my children go back to school with no stains on their clothes, no scuffs in their shoes and no tears in their trousers. And it is also Eli's birthday this week. He is turning 7. Happy birthday. 7.
Oh my!
You got a
God!
You got a Nintendo Switch. We are going there in real life.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Disneyland Paris! Are we actually?
We're going to Disneyland.
Yeah!
We are going to Disneyland Paris in the morning.
Disneyland Paris! Yay!
I'm going away for a few days, and I'm going without my husband and without my children. It's just absolutely stunning out here. Little lady is doing just fine this morning. I just have a bit of a hard job trying to keep her body straight. Avery finally has a stander. This is Avery's new stander. It is the 18th of November and I am about to make our final payment on the holiday. We're going to Disney World. I'm so excited. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the little montage of 2022 and happy new year. I hope you all had a really good new year. I thought it would be fun to kickstart the new year with a little reflection, if you will, on how 2022 has been for us. So in terms of Avery and her health and kind of medical side of things, I suppose we have had many visits to hospital, including scheduled appointments and unscheduled visits, such as taking her to PDOBs. She has had 2 hospital admissions, 1 surgery, so that accounts for 1 of her hospital admissions. The other one was quite recently, which you guys would have seen if you follow my channel. She did end up being admitted to hospital for having RSV and she needed some oxygen. We all had COVID. They did catch up with us eventually. early, but I feel like 2022 has also been the first year that things have started to go back to normal in terms of social distancing and gatherings and things like that. But in the same sense, I feel like we are definitely still suffering with the aftermath, and I think unfortunately that is going to continue into 2023 and maybe even beyond. We managed to get through the first anniversary of Avery's event, which, let me tell you, was a hard day. 2022 has definitely had a lot of ups and downs. I mean, you guys have seen a lot of my downs this last 6 months. It has been a struggle. We are still very much learning kind of Avery and what works for her, and just how to be the best parents we can be to a child with complex medical needs. And it's definitely a learning curve, and I feel like we are going to continue to be learning for a very, very long time. But I definitely think over the last year we have learnt a lot of the things that do work for her, a lot of her tics. We've certainly learnt the kind of pattern on what happens when she is getting poorly, because she has been poorly so many times this year. As a matter of fact, I'd probably say she has been poorly more than she's been well through this year, which is quite sad. But as you guys know, she is on a prophylactic antibiotic at the moment to hopefully keep some of the illnesses at bay. Along with all the downs though, there have definitely been ups. We celebrated Avery's first birthday this year, and we decided to do that by getting her christened on the same day, because her birthday happened to fall on a Sunday and I really wanted to get her christened. As a matter of fact, I had my boys christened when they were 3 months old, and it was always my intention to have Avery christened when she was 3 months old as well. But life had other plans, so I thought it would make it very, very special and just a kind of symbol of the fact that she's still here, she's still alive, and God looked after her. So I thought having her christened would just be the perfect way to celebrate her first birthday, and it was a really, really lovely celebration. Of course, not forgetting about the boys. They turned 7, 9 and 11 this year. I just cannot get over how much they are growing. I mean, obviously they age a year every year, but it just feels as though they've all gotten to that point now where they're getting so old. Not old, but they're getting older, and they're just not my babies anymore. And I feel like that's really shown this year, especially in the way that they have kind of adapted to how our life has had to change. They have done so well, and I am so incredibly proud of them. And I think we made some incredible memories this year. My favourite 100% definitely being taking the boys to Disneyland Paris. That was just so amazing, and I'm so glad we had the opportunity to be able to do that for them. And as you guys know, if you watched our Christmas Day video, we did surprise them with a trip to Orlando, which we have been planning for the last couple of years, and we told them on Christmas Day. So if you haven't seen that video, then definitely check it out. It was very emotional. But we're actually taking them to Orlando in April, to Disney World and Universal and all of the Orlando things, so we are all so very excited. But this video isn't about 2023, this is about 2022. I went on my first trip without Avery. As a matter of fact, that trip was also the first time I had spent without her for even one night since she was in the ICU. So that was a huge step for me. It was a huge milestone. But I went to Crete on a little girls trip with just family, my mum, my auntie and my cousin, and it was lovely being out there, but I missed my babies so much. Avery also hit a very special milestone this year. By the way, if you are new to my channel, Avery is 22 months old and she has cerebral palsy, so she doesn't hit milestones in the same way that other babies hit milestones. So her development is at around 3 to 4 months, I'd say. In some elements more, in some elements less, but her development is behind and she does develop a bit slower. But yeah, like I said, she hit an incredible milestone and she started laughing, which, I mean, for any parent, when they hear their baby laugh for the first time, it's just amazing. But hearing Avery laugh after a year of waiting to hear that sound was just music to my ears, and I cried when I heard it for the first time. It started out as just little kind of noises, which I knew were Avery's way of showing enjoyment and laughter. But then she is an adrenaline junkie, and as we were throwing her in the air, as we usually do because she loves it, she made a chuckle sound. And since then, every time she is tickled or thrown in the air or doing something that she really enjoys, she will make a little chuckle sound, and it's just the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my life. Zachary, my 9-year-old, started karate and he has already managed to get to a yellow belt. So he did 3 gradings. He did a grading for his red belt, a grading for his orange belt, and for his yellow belt, and he's managed to get his yellow belt in less than a year. So I'm so incredibly proud of him as well, and just seeing how he's improved over the year with his karate, in just his fluency and his stances and his enthusiasm in it, has just been amazing to see. I feel like I've made some developments in terms of trying to start a business for myself. I'm calling it a business very loosely, because long-term goals, I would absolutely love to build a career, and I don't just mean on YouTube. It would be my dream to be some kind of spokesperson or advocate for families with children with additional and complex medical needs. Or I think I've said in a video in the past, I would absolutely love to work with an affordable clothing brand to bring out a line of adaptable clothing for children with G-tubes. That would be incredible. So I do have some kind of longer term dreams that I would love to do one day, but I feel like I got my foot in the door. I made a start. So obviously I started a YouTube channel. This channel began back in June and I feel like it has done really well. But I will say I put in a lot of hard work to get it this far. So I was monetized within 2 months, which I feel like was an absolute fluke, but I couldn't be more grateful. It still doesn't make enough money to call it a job in any way, to be honest. It is still more of a hobby, but I'm so passionate about it. I love sharing my life with you guys, and especially if you guys are in similar situations to me, I love that it can provide comfort and just the feeling of togetherness, like you're not so alone, because this life can be very lonely. And in a way it's also served as some kind of therapy for me. Believe me, there's been times this year when you guys have helped me soldier through, or just your kindness in the comments and how supportive you've been has been absolutely incredible, and I can't even explain my gratitude towards you guys. I did do a little 6-month update on kind of where my YouTube channel is at, so I'll leave that one linked down below if you want to check it out and you kind of want to see how the first 6 months went for me. It wasn't actually that long ago, it was only last month. At the same time, I started out at Instagram, which kind of goes hand in hand with this YouTube channel, but I do use my stories to post a lot of kind of real-time stuff as well. And at the same time, I also set up my website. So I did go with a WordPress website through GoDaddy, and I bought my own domain and I pay for the hosting. So I feel like it's all very official, but I do write blog posts on there from time to time. I used to be a lot more regular with it, but I am just giving myself a little bit more leeway on that, just because I feel like I'm putting a lot of work in, and what I don't want to do is burn myself out, because YouTube really is my priority, because it is where a lot of you guys are in terms of my audience, and I just want to stay connected with you guys. All of that as a whole, especially considering it's only been the end of 2022, I feel like I have done a lot to really take the first steps to try and give myself the opportunity of a career someday, which is a really nice feeling. So I have my notebook here, which is actually the book I use to plan out a lot of my videos, but in the back, when I started my YouTube channel, I actually started keeping a list of all of my achievements for 2022, and I think I've already mentioned most of them, but I have forgotten a couple. Avery had her gastrostomy surgery, which was another huge milestone, because she had had the NG tube for a year and we had been waiting a really long time for that surgery. So she finally had the G tube, which is so much easier on her, so much easier on us. We started a blended diet. And we trialed a blended diet and it was going well. It was hard work, but I felt a lot of comfort knowing that I knew exactly what was going into Avery's body. Unfortunately, after a few bouts of aspiration pneumonia and a few hospital visits, we did have to go back to the G-tube feed, and that's sad, but it's also okay, because at the end of the day, as long as Avery is happy and well, that is the main thing. We tried it. and it is what it is. My husband and I also celebrated our first wedding anniversary, which again is definitely something to celebrate, because I actually read something somewhere not long after Avery was born saying that when you have a disabled child or disabled children, the odds of divorce are much higher, which was a scary thought, and it's always been something that's been at the back of my mind. But I am happy to say that Avery's conditions and needs, I feel like, have definitely made Josh and I stronger as a couple. We definitely know how to work as a team, which is really, really amazing, and I just feel like together we are the best parents for Avery, which sounds really, really cheesy, but it is how I feel. I feel like I could talk for hours, but those really are kind of the key points, the kind of highlights of 2022, I suppose. And I am really looking forward to 2023. I have embraced 2023. I have welcomed it. I'm so excited for it. We have so many things planned. I'm not the kind of person to say new year, new start, because I don't think you can ever just forget your past, but I do feel like 2023 is going to be a good year, and my husband would curse me for saying that because he says you jinx it, but we just have so many good things planned for 2023 and I'm so very excited about it. I am most excited for Orlando just because we've been planning it for so long, and now that the boys are in on the secret, we've all gotten really, really excited. Josh and I have gotten excited again, and I am just really excited to give the children the reward that they deserve after the last couple of years, because they have just been so amazing, so resilient. I'm so excited. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Sorry it's been a short one. I just thought it would be a nice one to do, to have here at the start of the year. So if you would like to follow us along on our journey and see what we get up to in 2023, then please hit the subscribe button. And with that said, I will see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye guys.